What makes you think that the entire universe is supposed to be working for you? Actually, I want you to try it. I want you to think of something that you want downstairs in the fridge, right? Think about it. And then just wait for it to come up to you. To just start. Just go for it. Honestly, Nike, you just do it. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ure. I also go by Chimso. If you're new here, I talk about being young and becoming financially free. If you're returning, hey guys, I hope you all are doing well on your journey to reclaiming your childhood and your freedom through financial literacy. Today I will be talking about manifestation. But before I get into the video, I just want to mention a few things. So I record my videos in my sunroom, and my sunroom has no type of insulation. Therefore, in the summer, it gets extremely hot in here. So I open the windows to let a little bit of air flow through. So if you're hearing like extra outside noise, like the birds that are chirping right now, please just disregard. Okay, so manifestation. If you have been on social media at all in the past year, you have seen people posting about, oh, I'm gonna manifest this. Oh, if you want your dreams to come true, you have to manifest it. Manifest, manifest, manifest. It can be very confusing to a lot of people that don't exactly know what it is and that don't know what people are doing behind the scenes to actually manifest these things. So let's start with what the word manifestation actually means. For something to manifest, aka manifestation, is for something to happen, for something to come to pass, or for something to come about. Like if someone is shy, their shyness can manifest in them not talking to people, not going out much, and different things like that. It's just for something to show or to come about. Now, manifestation in the way that it is used on social media and in my generation specifically. I don't really know about other generations, but I know Gen Z for sure is using it all the time. In our generation, we use it as a way to get the things that we want. So kind of linked with the actual definition of manifestation is making your dreams come true, making your dreams come to pass. Basically, people will post on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok talking about how they manifested this car, they manifested this relationship, they manifested their dream life. And they talk about it in a very like spiritual, mystical way. So it seems very confusing as to what they actually did. Now, for the way that we understand manifestation is basically that you say something or you write it down. I think for most people, it's when they think about it enough or when they say it enough, this thing that they're saying or that they want will actually happen. So like you'll see some people tweeting something a few months or a few years ago, and then when it actually happens, they'll bring up that tweet or that text that they sent to their friend and they'll put it with their current situation, and the caption will most likely be, I manifested this. The only problem is you only see when they said they were going to get this thing and when they actually got it. There is a whole time period in between that you have absolutely no idea about. So it makes it look like when you say that you want something, it's just magically going to happen. Now, this whole manifestation concept is closely linked to spirituality and new age practices. So there are even some like people that manifest or that are into new age that have like specific formulas or rituals that they do to actually manifest things and make things come to pass. Like they'll write things down at certain times, or you have to do it for a certain number of days at certain times of the days. It's just a whole bunch of complicated stuff basically to make this thing come to pass. If you didn't know, I'm Christian, so I don't follow the new age, but there are things in new age that I kind of see that are right and that work. I just think that at some point it can get kind of toxic. So manifestation is kind of like an outshoot of the law of attraction. If you've ever heard of the movie or the book The Secret, it's basically about the law of attraction, and what you put out is what you're going to get back, basically. Kind of sort of like karma, law of attraction type of things, speaking things into existence type of things. Now for me, because I am Christian, I understand that some aspects of the world can be understood through the Bible, and there are verses in the Bible talking about like the power of your tongue and the words that you say or the thoughts that you have. So the whole thing about like what you think is what you're gonna get or what you say is what you're gonna get is kind of true to a certain extent. The problem with modern day manifestation is that they make it seem like you only have to think these things, you only have to say this thing for it to happen. With New Age, they talk about the universe, which for me they mean God, they just don't want to accept that it's God. But they talk about putting things out into the universe, and then the universe will give it back to you. For Christians, there's also this thing that we have called the prosperity gospel, which is literally the same thing. If you tell God what you want and you're a good Christian, you read your Bible, you pray all the time, you pay your tithes, then God is gonna give you exactly what you want. So as you can see, this whole manifestation thing is very self-centered. It's focused on you, what you want, and your desires. Now, for me, I believe it works to a certain extent. Like, if you ask my friends about this stuff, they will tell you, like, yeah, she believes in speaking things into existence, and if bad things come out of my friend's mouth, I instantly correct them. If I think bad thoughts, if I say bad things, I instantly correct myself, because I really do believe that your words have power. The two main problems that I have with manifestation and prosperity gospel teaching, because it's the same thing. One uses universe, one uses God, but they're the same thing. The problem that I have with them is that this higher power exists for you and is supposed to give you everything that you want. Have y'all ever done those simulations where you expand out and see what the whole universe looks like? Forget that there are 7.5 billion people on this earth. Our earth is like this small in our galaxy, and our galaxy is like this small in the whole universe. What makes you think that the entire universe is supposed to be working for you? If your life is fine, if your life is, well, you go to school, you have good parents, your bills are paid, you got nothing to worry about, what makes you think that the universe is going to work for you, but it's not going to work for someone that's literally starving every day, that's in a war zone area? If the universe is really supposed to be working for us, why isn't it working for them, but it's supposed to be working for you? That's my first problem. The second problem, which kind of connects back to the first problem, is that a lot of people expect to just say or think these things and not do anything, and then just expect it to happen. Now, this does happen sometimes. I don't think this is an often occurrence in most people's lives. It has happened for me a couple times where I have said something and then it just kind of appeared, but most of the time it doesn't happen. A lot of times what you're gonna have to do is the work between saying what you want and actually getting what you want. Like I said, when people post these things on social media, they're only putting the beginning and the end. They're not even giving you everything that was in between, not even a fraction of the story behind getting that thing. For me, what I believe that manifestation is goals and vision plus implementation. Your desires and your thoughts are supposed to be your fuel that pushes you to actually go and get that thing. Because you said that you wanted it, because you thought it, and you feel like this is actually what you want in your life, you're supposed to want it enough that you're gonna go out and get it. That's what I believe manifestation is. I believe it is a combination of saying something and like putting it out there into the world, whether that's saying it, talking to someone, writing it down, and actually doing the work to go and get that thing. Do you really think that if you just think something, it's gonna happen? Like, actually, I want you to try it. I want you to think of something that you want downstairs in the fridge, right? Think about it. And then just wait for it to come up to you. Wait for it to grow legs, walk upstairs, hop onto your bed, and be there for you. It doesn't work like that, obviously. If you think that you want something that's in the fridge, you better take yourself up and go downstairs and get it. Same thing applies with manifestation in your goals. If you think you want something, you better start putting in the work to go and get it. And for y'all Christians out there that believe in this manifestation stuff, you better start thinking about what's God's plan for your life. You saying you want this big house, you saying you want this car, you want this relationship, but you don't even know yourself. You don't even know why you want these goals, plus this video. You don't even understand your purpose in this life or why God put you here. But no, God is supposed to be working for you to give you these things. Please get out of here. But anyway, hopefully I've come down a little bit and I'm not ranting anymore. But I do believe that manifestation works. I believe that it works in terms of your words have power, and I believe that wholeheartedly. They have so much power. There is so much power in your thoughts. I'm definitely going to be making a video about that because that's very important. The things that you say literally create reality. For Christians, God spoke and everything came into existence, and we are made in the image of God. So your words do have the power to create reality, but that reality should be formed out of you doing the work. Yes, God spoke and everything came into existence, but he took the time and the energy to actually sit down and make sure everything was perfect. If you've ever heard that if we were like a little bit farther away from the sun, we'd freeze to death. We wouldn't even exist. If we were a little bit closer, the earth would burn up. It's the same thing with manifestation. If you think it and you want it to happen, good. You're putting it out there. You're putting the reality into existence. Now you have to do the work to actually get there. This is for not only, I gave the Christian example because I know a lot of my friends are Christian, but this is just a life principle. If you want something to manifest in your life, you have to say it so that it's out there, so that it becomes a reality, and then work towards getting there. Alright, so now I'm going to give y'all some tips on how you can properly manifest your goals. Okay, so tip number 1 is to actually put it out there, like I've been saying this whole video. You gotta say it, you gotta write it, you gotta tell somebody. That's what I think. I think it all starts with you putting it out there. I think the most important one is, it obviously starts in your head, and then I think from your head it either should go out through your mouth, that you say it, or you write it down. Personally, I prefer writing it down because you can reference back to it like when the thing actually happens, which is what a lot of people show on, like, you know, Instagram and TikTok. So write down the desire, the goal, or the vision that you have for your life, and put it somewhere that's easily accessible, on the home screen or the lock screen of your phone, on the ceiling, above your bed, on your bedroom door, on your mirror, anywhere that you can see it constantly, so this thing is registering in your mind. If your mind is constantly seeing this thing, it's gonna start thinking that it is a reality, and it's going to start pushing you to actually make this thing a reality. Also, that's just something that you should know, for the power of what you intake, what you hear, and what you see. It affects what your mind thinks reality is. That's just a tip for life. I hope y'all are hearing the lovely birds. Second is to do a goal assessment. It's the featured video on my page because honestly, I feel like any aspect in life, especially your finances, you need to know exactly why you're doing something. So third one I have is to tell someone about it. Now this one can be tricky because there are snakes in this world, and you can't trust a lot of people with what you want to do in your life. But if you have people that are close to you and that you trust, your parents, your friends, your cousins, your pastor, your teacher, your mentor, your aunt, your uncle, anyone that you trust, you should tell them about this goal. Not just so that you're telling someone that you're going to do it, but so that you have somebody to hold you accountable to see if you're actually going towards it. The fourth tip is to research. Research is very important for any goal that you want to accomplish, especially if it's something that you never done before or have never experienced. You can research through YouTube, you can research through Google, read articles. Honestly, all types of research are important. Books, articles, YouTube videos, and even just asking other people that have gone through the same thing is also research. Research is just gathering information about a specific subject that you previously did not have. This will help you be more prepared for this goal, and it'll actually make the whole process a lot easier because you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing and which direction that you're supposed to be going to achieve this goal. And the last tip that I have, which honestly I think is the most important tip, is to just start. Just go for it. Honestly, Nike, just do it. Just do it. That thing is so true. I was never like this until this year because I was always afraid of failing and afraid of rejection. Those are my two biggest fears in life, and I'm slowly overcoming it. But this year, it was like everything that has happened with me, with my business and with this YouTube channel and doing like webinars and things like that. Just do it. You will be so surprised at how far you can go and what will actually happen. Even if you have to take baby steps to doing it, even if that means just writing it down to make it a reality, because some people are like, I was like that. I'm like getting better where I don't even want to write these things down because if I see it, I know it's going to be a reality. Like that whole mind thing I was talking about earlier. Even if doing the research is just your first step, just do something to work towards achieving this goal. Okay, so the experience that I want to talk about is having a garden. So I decided about a few months ago that I want to have a garden when I get older. Like when I have a family, I just want a garden because when I like cooking, and I like cooking with fresh food, and the freshest food is the one that you make for yourself, grow for yourself. Like with the way that my life is set up, I couldn't really do it because this summer I'm about to be very busy, like just getting things prepared for my business. I have an internship. I'm helping my mom out with her business and with her nonprofit, so I just had absolutely no time. I told one of my friends at school about it, and she was like, why don't you just start a garden? And I knew why I couldn't like have a garden. I was like, I literally don't have the time to be doing this. So I came home only to find out that our tenant who lives in the basement is starting a garden, and it's the exact kind of garden that I want. It's a vegetable garden where she's growing different vegetables like broccoli, tomatoes, and fruits as well, watermelon and strawberries. And I was like, look at God, look at God. Okay, so let me break down the steps. So like I said, you have to think it and say it first. So I thought it, and then I actually told someone about it. I feel like that's what put everything into motion, is kind of put it into reality. And the second part is that I came home and just found out that I have the opportunity to do a garden this summer. I already assessed my goal even before, like I told my friend, because I knew I wanted it because I like to cook food and I like my food. I like to use fresh ingredients when I'm cooking, and the freshest ones are the ones that you grow yourself. So I had already done the whole goal assessment thing. Now I'm currently at the part where I do start and I do research. Now I have to do a lot of research. If I had come home and found out that she was doing a garden and just be like, oh, that's cool, and not done anything about it, then it wasn't gonna happen that I was gonna have a garden. So now we're doing things like we're starting to plant the seeds, and we're doing a lot of research on like different things. Like we just started composting in the house, and she's creating above ground plant beds as well. So this is just one example of like manifestation in my life, where it's both speaking something and then you get the opportunity to do it, and then also doing the work to actually make it a reality. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit longer because it was kind of like two parts, me explaining like my thoughts about manifestation and actually giving you tips on manifestation, but I hope you enjoyed it and I hope that you got something out of it. Remember, hard work and knowing exactly what you want, those two things are very important. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below anything that you're trying to manifest in this life, or that you're trying to make a reality, and how you plan about going about it. Also comment down below any other videos that you would like to see me do. I'm thinking about doing a manifestation specifically for Christians later, because that's a whole different topic. So if you would like to see that, go ahead and put that in the comments. But I will talk to you guys later. I think I'm gonna start saying at the end of my videos, always ask why. So I'll talk to you guys later, and remember to always ask why. Bye. And I think for most people, they'll bring up that tweet or that text